concept and decided to make Brutal Legend, which was, most of you guys have probably played the demo by now.
Yeah, the demo was fucking awesome. It was
super sweet.
It was really good. When I played it, I was so excited because it was so funny.
Yeah.
There's a lot of action, a lot of different things going on, and then I got the game.
So what happens is you get into the game, and the game is just like the demo. So you start off, you play the levels that you played through the demo, you go and you're doing the fighting. The first, I would say, 2 hours of the game is hilarious.
Really well done.
Just like pee your pants funny.
Yeah, the script is great. Even I don't even like Jack Black that much, but what he was doing in this was perfect.
Yeah.
He was a perfect choice for this.
I love Jack Black.
Yep.
So then you're going through, and what happens is, you're doing all the hack and slash, and then you get out into the open world, and you're like, fuck yeah. You start exploring in your car, and you can find these, chained dragons, and then you play your power note, and they explode, and you get to hear the history of the world, and it's funny.
And you go play these various songs at various relics, and you can open up different places, and you go talk to Ozzy Osbourne to upgrade your car.
Yeah.
All sorts of skills.
Kicks total ass.
Starts great.
Yes.
Starts awesome. What happened?
It turns into an RTS!
But the RTS is not really an RTS. It's kind of an RTS.
One thing that's fun to do with this channel is to look back at the old video game YouTubers, unfortunately, that are no longer around. Today I'm going to be talking about NoobToob, a show that I used to watch back in the day. In fact, their first episode that they posted on YouTube came out January 7th of 2007. Which was episode 23, and before that they did all audio episodes, which you can actually find as well. But this show was so ahead of its time. Not only did they start filming in HD, but they're experimenting with video podcasting when a lot of people were just doing audio at the time. And to this day, the two hosts, Tobin Kazire and Yuzo Watanabe, are some of the funniest people. It's offensive. You could say some of the humor is dated. I don't think so. I still think it's funny. And maybe there's some jokes you look back on, being that this series is 20 years old, and go, wish I hadn't said that. But they were really groundbreaking for the time, and unfortunately, once they moved away, the series did not continue. They ran consistently from 2006 to their last episode in 2016, but really, they stopped constant videos in 2011. But they made a huge impact. Even now, they have 20,000 subscribers, and if you look at their view count, it is really, really good for a video game podcast from 2007, 8, 9, 10. People just weren't getting these type of views. And their workload was gigantic. Every week, they would review 4 or 5 games. This was obviously not sustainable. It makes me think that if maybe they just did a podcast every 2 weeks, or a podcast every month, they would have been able to keep this thing together. You also learned later on that both of them had really good jobs. These weren't people that were hurting for money, and seemed to be making 6 figures. So a video game podcast that wasn't generating much money. It's not something that someone of that stature would continue, but damn, I wish they did. Because no one else was doing this at a time. An hour-long podcast where they would review 4 to 5 games with 2 co-hosts that had such great chemistry, and they videotaped all of it. They would do some editing where they would show you what the games looked like, but for the most part, it was them talking. And while I think a lot of people have forgotten about this series, like I said, it ended pretty much around 2011, and they haven't uploaded anything since 2016. Their website is down, the forums are no longer active, and it seems like they've moved on. But let's reminisce about some of NoobToob's funnier moments.
But so it only showed that one slice, and then the game was pretty much that same shit over and over again.
It's true. So what almost made my list was, for disappointing, was Time Crisis: Raising Storm. Just because...
Really? Yeah, because you were really excited about it.
I was like a kid in a candy shop. I was so excited. And then I played it and I was like, wow, you guys destroyed everything I love about this game. Like, it was 180 degrees, just crap.
Yeah, and I felt the exact same way about Crackdown 2.
Yeah.
Like, I was going into expecting to be just like Crackdown. It was going to be awesome. And it was just like, what is this shit? It was terrible.
That's actually my pick.
Shit! Oh, sorry.
No, I mean, that
Epic
was...
Mickey didn't make it.
That was on my list. So
Okay.
Epic Mickey was my runner-up.
It's my runner-up, too.
Yeah, it's your
actually.
runner-up. I mean, like...
Okay, so like Crackdown.
I mean, Crackdown 1 is... It still stands as just a pinnacle. Like, it stands as one of my favorite games ever. And I figured, just do that.
Yeah.
Just do that, and I would have loved it just as much. I mean, like, there was nowhere to go but down, but you could have just kept on the same path. You're like, here's a couple new bosses, here's a couple new weapons, here's a bigger world.
A couple of, races and stuff like that, like, whatever.
Whatever. You had it. You had the formula, and then you threw in zombies, and you took out the fun.
And they actually tweaked the formula, so it's actually kind of fucked it up.
Yeah.
Like, it was all about just getting the agility orbs, and then, like, you'd get them, but you wouldn't get as that much powerful. It just didn't feel like you were a badass superhero. And you should. Like, that's the whole point of it, right?
And I think that a lot of that was the structure of the first one was, since you were attacking bosses, the bosses got progressively harder, so you felt as you got more of a badass, you did more badass things.
Yeah.
But in this, it was endless swarm of the same zombies.
Yeah,
so
it
it's
was
just like I would
interesting.
jump higher, I would do more shit, and then you're like, wow, now you threw 1,000 zombies at me instead of 800. I don't feel like a badass. I feel like I'm fucking 99 knightsing this shit. You know?
Yeah, and it's the same thing with like they added this whole element of protect this thing from all the zombies, and it was the worst game mode ever.
Terrible.
And they make you do it a bunch of times.
Yeah, and well, that's the boss. Those are the bosses. Like,
Oh
you have to do
yeah,
that 9
Oh, I
times.
thought there were other things too.
No, that's
It's
it.
like,
They took out the gang bosses, and it was just those underground things that you guard while an endless horde of fucking bullshit zombies come
Yeah,
at you.
and it's just I don't understand. It's just like you take a mode,
Angry.
you get some people to play it and say, is this good or bad?
Yeah.
At some point, someone says like, this is okay. And somebody's saying like, let's make 9 of them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. God damn it. So that's mine. So,
Mr. Pitt.
and you said that that Epic Mickey was very close for you.
Very close for me.
That was my
You're number
like
2.
that was like my runner-up. Is I wanted to say Epic Mickey, but I was more excited for Crackdown.
I was so much more disappointed amongst all those games. I was really disappointed. Final Fantasy 13.
Final Fantasy 13.
That game, like seriously, like I like Final Fantasy is just like one of those games, right? It
Yeah.
has like a place in your heart. You know,
Right.
remember it, and everything we played, right? We played the demo from the Japanese release of the Final Fantasy 7. What is it? Whatever.
Oh, the movie.
The movie,
Yeah.
it came with the demo.
Came
We
with the
bought
demo.
in Japan
Yep.
for like $80 or
Yeah.
whatever. So we played that. I'm like, I don't get what's going on, but I like what they're doing.
Oh, it looked badass.
It
I mean,
looked
like
really
you'd be in
awesome.
these fights, and it looked really cool, and it was just
Yeah.
like the most beautiful game ever made on the
Oh,
PS3.
absolutely.
You're playing, you're like, how could the game not be awesome?
Yeah, how could they
this
screw
not
it
be?
up?
Yeah,
Oh, if you make the levels from point A to point B,
yeah.
you make the tutorial level 40 hours long. Right?
Yeah.
The storyline makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
No.
Voice acting is terrible.
And it
Writing's
wasn't a
terrible.
Final Fantasy game. I mean, like all of the things that you're saying, it just comes down to it's just like, where was the open world? Like, where are the chocobo races? Where were
It's
the
40 hours in.
Yeah.
Basically.
And even, you know, like I talk to people that are just like, no, you don't understand. It opens up 40 hours in. What happens is it opens up briefly, and you've got like these branching choices. Then you get back in a fucking tunnel and slog on till the end.
But you get to choose which tunnel you go
Right.
to, right? As opposed to it forcing you down this
tunnel
thing.
A, B, and C. But I mean,
Yeah.
I fully support that choice. I mean, like,
Yeah.
this was the next gen. This was it.
know.
Like, this was them showing what they can do on a new platform.
And it was like the savior, right? It was just like, okay, this was going to be like the thing that's going to really reinvigorate the PS3.
Yeah.
For some reason, somebody decided to pay a lot of money to put it on the 360 too,
Yeah.
and it's just like, I hope that guy did that okay, because I
Yeah.
don't think we sold that many
I
copies.
mean, if nothing
seriously.
else, they took a lot of wind out of the sails of PlayStation, right? I mean, like it was a
guess,
good
but-
strategic move because it takes away exclusives.
True.
But I mean,
if it's maybe if it was an awesome game,
it was a
right?
better game. Yeah.
It'd be a little more powerful.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
and this is kind of yet another nail in the Japanese style gaming, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
we're seeing a lot.
So bad.
And also the fact that they had not only distinct personalities, Tobin being the wilder, more offensive one, Yuzo Watanabe trying to keep him grounded, but the games they liked were really different. Most people, including myself, related more to Tobin. He liked RPGs, platformers, and anything that involved collecting. Open world games. Yuzo Watanabe seemed to like more racing and shooting, and enjoyed playing online more than Tobin did. Tobin was a single player. Yuzo loved playing online. And really that breaks down the two sections of people that play video games. People that prefer more multiplayer experiences like Yuzo, or people that prefer more single player adventures like Tobin. So this was a perfect chemistry. And they weren't afraid to give controversial takes. I just wonder why they decided to do a weekly show where they have to play 5 games. That is just such a crazy workload for people that were working other jobs. It also meant that a lot of times they didn't finish the game, especially Yuzo. It seemed like he rarely finished games. Tobin would sometimes finish them. But the vast majority of games they reviewed was stuff they played for a couple hours. And they stopped because Tobin ended up moving away. I believe he moved to DC. And they would interact with their fans a lot too. They would play online games with them, and they would go to PAX every single year. At least they were doing that until the show ended. So there are people that were reachable, that would actually answer comments. And I think NoobToob should be remembered. Seems like it's pretty much impossible that it's going to come back at this point. But damn, I wish they continued. They also mentioned they didn't want to do it over Skype, which is the obvious way that you would do this show. They lived and worked together, but then when Tobin moved away, decided to stop the show, and even mentioned in their farewell video in 2011 that they tried doing Skype and it just didn't work. They didn't like the way that it was functioning. Now, of course, Skype would improve over the years, but man, they should have at least given it a try. Of course, it's better if you have a personal interaction with someone right next to you, but if that's not possible, continue the show. Come on. What are we talking about here? Do a schedule where it's maybe once a month or once every 2 weeks.
Actually, we have more to say about being the last episode ever later. Yeah. But so the first up, we want to say there is a NoobToob channel. There's a YouTube channel called NoobToob Army.
Yes,
and that is where the community is going to continue to place content. So we highly recommend getting involved in the NoobToob community at noobtoob.com/forum. Actually, if you just go to noobtoob.com, it just blasts you right to the community. I mean, like, our website is fucking sick now.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Awesome.
So if you want to go and subscribe to NoobToob Army on YouTube, you will get, as people in the NoobToob Army on the community make videos, kind of create content. And if you want to make your own content and get seen by all these other NoobTubers, go to the forums, go talk to all like Swoops and Locke and all these guys that just anybody in the forums, and just say, hey, I've got cool content. It'll
eventually get up there.
It'll eventually get up there.
Yeah, and our hope is we don't want, NoobToob isn't dying, right? The website's going to stay there.
Yes.
It's basically going to stay there for in perpetuity.
Yes,
right? That's not this word. We're going to keep the Ventrilo, the IRC up. Like, it's going to be a place for gamers that love the show, still want to play together and all that. And also, if you guys are creative and want to show content, we have this channel for you. We'll stick it up on the front page.
I guess I should have opened with that line. I should have said. The most important point, guys, NoobToob is not going anywhere. It is NoobToob.com.
Yes.
It is a community of thousands. Yuzo and I aren't going anywhere. We will still be on the forums. I mean, we're saying is that this is the end of the regular scheduled podcast.
Yes.
This is not the end of chatting with your friends, playing games with people, chatting on the forums, reading reviews, going on Ventrilo, going on the IRC.
Finding new gamers to play with.
I mean,
events.
NoobToob is something that has come out of our podcast that it is stronger than ever. It is full of thousands and thousands of gamers, and we will not go anywhere. We will actually be on the forums playing games with you guys.
That's right. And definitely keep liking us on Facebook and following us on Twitter. I post funny random gaming shit on there, and a bunch of other people on the site do that.
Yeah.
The community site, again, we're keeping it running, but it's powered by your guys' donations. For the guys that are still donating every month, for people that just want to donate a little bit, it'll all go to feeding the site, because we pay for hosting for all that.
Exactly. So there's a bank account. So all of the ad money from YouTube, all of the ad money from the NoobToob.com site, it's not much. It's like $100 a month, whatever.
Yeah, and it'll last. Hopefully, we'll have it lasting a year. But as long as people keep up the donations and all that, we basically keep it going forever.
Right. So all this money funnels back into a bank account. All that bank account does is fund NoobToob. It funds the website, and we've got enough money to keep going for a couple of years, and it'll probably keep going forever.
Yeah.
So. If you get involved in the community, you want to give a couple bucks, just know that all of your money goes directly to that. Exactly. We're not going to buy games for ourselves anymore.
Yeah, we're done.
We're not going to, it all is about the community now.
Yeah, and next week, again, don't unsub.
Yeah.
Because we do have, a farewell video coming out. Basically, so all the entire community team basically said, go send us farewell videos.
Yes.
And
I'm so excited about that.
I'm really excited.
I'm excited, but I'm going to lock myself in a room with some Kleenex.
A pint of Ben and Jerry's.
I like that we turned into a Kathy cartoon.
I know, what the fuck? Seriously? I
was like, no, I'm gonna fucking Jack Daniels and his knife. So basically what we said is if you want to send in a tribute video to say goodbye to us, do whatever, send that in to Locke. And he's compiling all of them together. By the time you guys see this, I think the deadline is probably already passed.
Yeah, but still, if you guys still have something, actually set it as a video response to this episode.
Yes. If you missed the deadline, please put stuff up as a video response. Just say goodbye, say what NoobToob meant to you.
It's a memorial.
It is a memorial.
NoobToob episode 231, the memorial.
Yes.
So you guys can add that there.
Yes, we wanted to go out in our prime. Prime. Get it? But speaking of don't unsub, we wanted to mention this. So I will be coming back to the West Coast for work every 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know the schedule.
It'll be kind of random.
We don't have any idea, what his family life is going to be like, what my life is going to be like. But what we're saying is, if you subscribe to this channel, you may occasionally get an Easter egg.
Yes. So no promises on schedule, because again, like schedules and all that other stuff. But if we're in the same area,
Yeah.
You never know. I think it'd be awesome if we could still maintain one yearly year review, best of, right?
Yeah.
So don't unsub. We're still going to be having. We're still going to throw random stuff here or there. We're just not going to be able to do weekly.
Right. Exactly.
Considering he's in Washington D.C.
Exactly. And then I guess we have a voicemail about that. Yeah. So that is the errata.
Yes. We should just go right into the voicemails. Yes, the call-ins.
So
That is a bit bittersweet to watch that over again. This was posted in 2011. This is their official last episode. And I was a religious NoobToob viewer from 2008, 2009. Then 2010, I was moving, so I lost track of some of the old YouTubers I used to watch. But I do remember seeing this one. I didn't see it right when it posted. I maybe saw it a year later or so. I was checking in, what the hell is NoobToob up to? Are they still around? And I watched this one. And I thought the same thing then as I do now. I don't think so. I don't think their website's going to stay up. It did not stay up very long. This new channel that they created, the NoobToob Army, it hasn't posted anything since 2012. It seems like there were some people posting things and doing a podcast. They left that in 2012. Tobit occasionally answers comments on NoobToob videos in the last couple years, but their website goes down. Their Twitter account becomes inactive. They stop going to PAX events. Once you stop the podcast, all that stuff is just going to fall to the wayside. And it is interesting that even a show like this, as they're saying, they had thousands of people on their website back in a time where people would still go on a website sometimes. They would usually link the website from the YouTube channel. Really the last hurrah for websites before social media took all that stuff over. But it would be nice to still have those forums up. I do remember going to their website sometimes. They have to pay for the domain. They have to pay for the web hosting. And if they stop doing the podcast, even if it's $50 a month, eventually they're going to be like, nah, we don't need this anymore. And yeah, they drift away from it. It's really a promise that nobody can keep. I've never seen someone who's quit a show in 2011 and still has an active website, an active community, even though they're not doing much on YouTube. It's a pipe dream. It would be nice, especially doing a review like this, but this stuff always goes to the wayside. I'm going to be covering Game Heroes too, which started around the same time as NoobToob. Their stuff is gone as well, though they are doing some stuff on YouTube. Again, their website has been long defunct, and they had a really cool website. Even the big boys, like someone like Vlad TV, who does these interviews, even he got rid of his website, and he makes millions of dollars a year. These things were inevitably going to go away. And I kind of wish that in 2011, 2012, I paid a little more attention to what was going on, so I'd have more information to give. When exactly these things went away, what the forums really looked like, and I took it as a sign of the times. NoobToob's over. They released a few videos after this on a semi-yearly basis in 2016. Completely ghosted the channel, so that's it. I wish they had continued, but as I've went over before, they were already making tons and tons of money, and it seemed like they were in there either late 20s or early 30s. They were definitely older than a lot of their audience. You could tell by looking at them. These aren't kids in high school. So people tend to grow out of video games, at least to a certain extent as they get older. Other things take priority. They're not as important as they used to be. And that's definitely what would have happened with NoobToob. Playing 4 games every single week? No, I don't think so. In fact, Tobin mentioned that when he first started this, he was married, and then they got a divorce very quickly, by the way, and he seemed like he didn't care at all. Maybe there's a story to that I missed, but I do remember seeing his wife, and then just one day he's like, I got a divorce, what are you going to do? She left. So anyways, I was playing StarCraft. You're going to hit burnout if you do 5 video games every single week. It's also going to cost you a fortune, too. I assume they were renting most of them. But yeah, I love NoobToob, and I do sometimes put on some episodes. Especially as I'm going through something like PS Plus that has some older PS2 games. Looking at reviews of PS2 games, you're going to run into, well, NoobToob reviews. And getting 30,000 views per episode, 2009 and 10, is nothing to sneeze at. Wish they continued, but what we have is a large archive of 231 shows, and then a couple shows after that. So as big of a fan as I am of them, even I haven't watched all of them. So if you want to play some PS3 or Xbox 360 games, deserves to be remembered, and I think the best gaming podcast specifically of that era, and I don't think there's any gaming podcasts that are as good as this one, even now. Giant Bombcast had a reputation around this time for being one of the best video game podcasts, but I still think NoobToob takes the cake. So, thanks for listening to this off-the-cuff, somewhat edited overview of NoobToob. I might cover some of their stuff in depth later, going over some of their videos and their more controversial takes on games, but I just wanted to reminisce about it. And that's what this channel is going to be about, and it has been about. So, let me know what your favorite episodes are, and if you have any insight to exactly what happened, let me know too. Subscribe for more video game content, specifically about old school YouTubers.
I kind of see they're doing something a little interesting for the most part, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know what bugged me about the fucking game?
What's that?
It stopped being funny. Like, you're playing and you're getting all, a joke, like 3 jokes a minute. It's just going crazy. All of a sudden, you go into the open world, his character changes. His character's not like, I'm in this new world, I'm going to make a whole bunch of jokes. It's going to be like, I'm the hero.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go, basically kiss the maiden. I'm going to go do all this other stuff. And his lines aren't even that funny anymore.
Yeah, they do get
I mean?
less funny. So, the writing, like...
he left.